Have you ever wondered how Japan does it? I mean, they consistently top the charts for the longest, healthiest lives on the entire planet. It's a really fascinating puzzle, and today we're going to try to piece it all together. We'll look at the diet, the culture, the science, the whole interconnected web that makes it possible. But let's kick things off with a pretty staggering number. Okay, get ready for this. 84 plus. That's the average life expectancy in Japan. And here's the thing, it's not just about living longer. It's about living healthier for longer. Adding more life to your years, which of course brings us to the big question. Seriously, how do they do it? Is there some secret superfood, a magic pill we don't know about? Well, the real answer, as we're about to find out, is way more interesting and way more complete than any single quick fix. So, to get our heads around this, we're going to tackle it from a few different angles. First, we'll look at the big picture, the puzzle itself. Then, we'll dive into the foundation, their diet and activity. After that, we'll check out the social fabric, their system of care. And finally, something you might not expect, the genetic edge. All right, first up, Japan's longevity puzzle. Let's get one thing straight right away. The secret here, it's not some magic bullet. You can't just bottle it up and sell it. It's much, much bigger than that. It's a whole interconnected system. Think of it like a web, where every single strand, diet, activity, community, healthcare, all of it, supports all the others. It's this amazing blend where everything works together. And we're going to start with maybe the most tangible part of that web, what they're actually eating. Okay, let's get into the foundation of it all, diet and activity. This is the really practical stuff, right? What people are eating and how they're moving every single day. And it all starts with a philosophy of balance and great nutrition.
So at the very heart of their diet is something called washoku. And this is really important. Washoku isn't some super strict, restrictive diet. It's more of a philosophy, really. It's all about balance and enjoying whole, nutritious foods that actually work with your body.
And when you look at the core foods of washoku, you can see why it works so well. I mean, just look at this list. A typical meal, it's a powerhouse. You might have some grilled mackerel, which is just loaded with those amazing anti-inflammatory omega-3s, along with steamed rice, some pickled veggies, a bowl of miso soup, from soybeans, and maybe a little seaweed salad. What you don't see is a lot of red meat or processed junk. It's just naturally packed with vitamins, minerals, and fiber.
And it's not just about food. Their whole approach to activity is different. This chart really nails it. For many of us, exercise is this thing we have to schedule. Gotta hit the gym. But in Japan, it's often totally different. It's just integrated. It's walking to the train station, cycling to the store, taking the stairs. It's this consistent, low-impact movement that's just a natural part of the day. There's none of that all-or-nothing pressure of a formal workout, which is probably why it's so sustainable.
But okay, a long, healthy life, it isn't just about your body, right? It's so deeply connected to our minds, our sense of belonging. And this is where we get into the social fabric. In Japan, this is a huge piece of the puzzle. Think about it. Having strong community ties, close family bonds, even living in multi-generational homes, it creates this powerful buffer against stress. I mean, it literally helps lower your cortisol levels and reduces the kind of chronic inflammation that causes so many diseases as we age. It's like you're not just an individual, you're part of a team. And that sense of security has a real measurable impact on your health. And this attitude right here, this is profound. Instead of fearing aging, it's seen as a natural part of life that should be embraced. Older adults are respected, they're valued. Imagine what that does for your sense of purpose and self-worth. That kind of positive outlook is absolutely vital for a good quality of life, no matter how old you are. Okay, so we've looked at the individual and the cultural side. Now let's zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture, the system of care that supports all of this. A huge part of the story is Japan's healthcare approach. First off, it's universal, so everyone has access. But the real key here is the focus on prevention. It's all about regular checkups, constant screenings. The whole idea is to catch any problems super early when they're way easier to manage. And on top of that, they really prioritize educating people to make smart choices about their own health. And this isn't just a reactive system, It's actively supported by all these public health initiatives. The government is actually promoting good nutrition, physical activity, mental well-being, the whole shebang. It's a massive society-wide effort. But even with all of this in place, there might be one final piece to this longevity puzzle. All right, our last piece of the puzzle, the genetic edge. Let's talk about the one part you really can't control, your underlying genetic blueprint, because it seems the Japanese population might have a little bit of an inherent advantage here. Because it turns out it might not all be about lifestyle. Scientists are finding that certain genetic factors, which are more common in Japanese people, could be giving them a kind of built-in defense system against some of the biggest threats of aging. Basically, it looks like some specific gene variants are just better at regulating things like inflammation and cholesterol. So what does that mean? It means they have a biological head start when it comes to fighting off things like heart disease or cancer. Their healthy lifestyle is being built on an already super strong foundation.
So what's the verdict? A head start, but not a free pass. Yeah, I think that's the perfect way to look at it. Genetics might stack the deck in your favor, for sure. But it's all those lifestyle choices, the food, the movement, the community, that ultimately decide how the game is played.
So after all of that, what's the takeaway? Well, it kind of boils down to 4 really simple but powerful ideas. Number 1, eat whole foods. 2, move naturally. 3, connect deeply with others. And 4, embrace prevention. It's not rocket science, but it's incredibly effective.
And that really brings us to the final question for you. Looking at this whole blueprint for a long, healthy life, what's just one thing, one small secret? Maybe it's a little change to your diet, or deciding to take a walk, or even just calling a friend. What's one thing you can start doing today?